Okay guys, so here's how I made this Spider-Man sculpture and the mistakes I did and how I'll make it better in the future because bro, this project from start to finish was a mess. Was a mess. It was so annoying to do this entire thing. My computer wasn't cooperating. The Blender kept crashing out. I lost the project files like multiple times, so I had to redo everything multiple times. Yeah, yeah. It just was so annoying to do this entire thing. But yeah, in the future, I'm gonna make it easier for myself. I'm gonna make everything a lot faster. Okay, so I started off by making a cube, subdividing it by three, and just creating the base mesh with that. You know, I just moved around the vertices and added extra loop cuts where I saw fit. You know, I added the chest and everything. What's this? Okay. Yeah, I didn't really like this how this one came out because I made the back too flat. I know he has like a bakery here, but the back is too flat, and I didn't really like how the forearms came out. So I was glad I lost this, so I had to redo it, and I did it in a better way. I'm just going to show you what I did when I lost this file. So yeah, this is how I redid it when after I lost the file. Yeah, I think just this just looks way better. This just looks way better. On the first one, I didn't add the back muscles at all, so the back say seemed very flat. Also, the fore I struggled with doing the forearms. I figured out you can literally just twist it. You can subdivide it and take the back part and just twist it 90 degrees because that's how our forearms are made. Our forearms are like twisted when we have our palms facing downwards. Our forearms are actually twisted, and that's what I did, and it looks better. It looks more realistic that way. So yeah, I'm gonna go up just to show you guys what I did. Then, after I was done with sculpting and stuff, I just went over it with a smooth brush and added details and stuff. Also, in this old one, it looked like he had titties, and it looks kind of trash. So I'm glad I lost this file, so I had to redo everything. Yeah, to like create the muscles, it's very easy. You just with the clay strip brush, you just go over them where the muscles are usually, and you're basically simulating the muscle strands. Then you after that you go after with the smooth brush and you smooth everything over. So it was very easy to make the muscles. Yeah, I lost the file for some reason. I don't know why. Blender just keeps losing my files. So yeah, this is how I got everything. I joined these everything here are loose parts. Then when I have to like model the muscles and stuff, I join what I need. Then I model the muscles. At first I joined the chest area, the torso, and I went over with the clay strips and then just smooth it over with the smooth brush. I kept the shoulders here just so I know where the chest muscles are and everything. Yeah, this is the final product, the final mesh I was satisfied with. Then I started doing the hands, and I really struggled with the hand, guys. I really struggled with the hands. I just made like a cylinder, and then with the scrape brush, I scraped the tip and then went over with a smooth brush, so it made it everything smoother and looked better. So yeah, Yeah, masked it and created the thumb pad thingy, the base of the thumb, and to make the thumb, I just copied the finger and just made it smaller. Then I joined everything using Boolean instead of remesh, because if you use remesh, then the fingers will just join together, and I didn't want that. Yeah, I didn't really connect the hands yet because the hands are a higher resolution compared to the body, so I didn't connected them. Then I went on to the head. I, I should have kept the head is very simple, just eyes. That's it. Spider-Man only has eyes. I should have kept these eyes over here. Instead, what I did is I changed it around and added these ones, and it didn't really look that nice. So yeah, that's my fault. Yeah, then I don't know, for some reason Blender just keeps crashing out and just it just everything just goes black, then it goes white like this, and then everything just crashes out, and it's so annoying, bro. Like, what do I do to fix this? It's it doesn't really make me lose any progress because I can still save, but I can't work on the project. So I have to close Blender and then restart and then open the project again, and it just left off where I saved. So it's not that annoying, but it is very annoying. Yeah. Then with the draw sharp brush, I went over and added a bit more detail to places that I wanted. I added a bit more definition to the chest. I separated the chest. Then in the armpit area, I went in with the draw sharp brush and added that cavity over there. And I added these gutter lines. I don't know what they're called, but many men have them. The hip lines. I don't know. Gutter lines, I think they call them in America. So yeah, yeah. Then I did the same with the back. I think this looks really cool actually. I'm really proud of how I did the musculature and stuff. Nothing here is actually like authentic to the human body. Like I'm pretty sure I forgot certain muscle groups and stuff. But yeah, it basically simulates the actual uh, real body instead of like actually being accurate, scientifically accurate. Then I remeshed it, and here's where I messed up, guys. Okay, here's where I messed up. I remeshed it using instant meshes, so I don't have to like go over there with quads and stuff. I just didn't feel like doing that, so I remeshed it using instant meshes, and I chose to remesh it at 50,000 polygons, and that's like too much. That's too much. I should have went down to 1,000, 10,000, 50,000 was too much for a low res remesh. Yeah, it was too much because like most models you see in video games, they only have like 30,000 polygons. So yeah, 50,000 was too much, man. I couldn't even work with that at that point. I could only then apply the multi-res modifier, and I could only do one subdivision. I couldn't add more subdivisions. I could only do one because like the base mesh itself is just so high, like the resolution is just so high. I just couldn't do it. Next time I'll remesh it at 10,000, or yeah, 10,000. Here with the crease pinch brush, I'm just pinching areas to make them defined, and to make them more defined. I'm adding more details and stuff with the draw sharp brush and the crease brush, and I changed the R shape. I changed the R shape a lot actually while making this. Also, I messed up another thing. I just with the draw sharp brush, I just did like the eye on the wait a sec on the okay. With a draw sharp brush, I just do the eye like this instead of, you know, making another mesh, because I was watching thingy, what's it called? Spider-Man's Amazing Friends, whatever. It's like a cartoon show on Netflix, I believe, with my nephew. I was watching that and I noticed that the eye lenses thingies are a separate mesh actually. So yeah, that's what I should have done. I should have made like a separate mesh with the eye lens shape. That then I could have like modified and made it look better instead of just going around with the draw sharp brush. Yeah, yeah. Then what I did is with the thingy brush, the pinch brush. I just pinched this area over here and it made it look way better. It made it look way more stylized. I really like this effect. But here's where I messed up again, because by doing this, yeah, by like pinching this area and making it sharper, what I'm doing is I'm having like a huge concentration of mesh of polygons in this area over here. Yeah. So right now it's not that big of a deal, but when you're texturing, you'll notice it. You'll notice it. There's way more mesh over here in these areas, and when you're texturing it, you will notice that. With the pinch brush, I went over areas that I wanted to define, mainly like the under part of the chest, the rib cage over here, the sides of the abs, and this gutter lines again. Also did the back muscles, and with the thingy muscles, what is called the lats. Yeah, whatever. With the lats, I actually went with the scrape brush and added and scraped this before going with the pinch brush and pinching this area. So yeah, look how cool this looks actually. I really dig this art style. Okay, I really dig this art style actually. I think it looks very cool, especially if you're going for like Saturday morning cartoons like the 90s Spider-Man and stuff like that. You know, these angle lines looks really cool actually. Like they look like pencil lines and stuff. I really dig them. And I'm really proud of how this model came out actually. And here's where I messed up. So I couldn't really make the spider logo. So I decided whatever, I'll just draw it on with the texture. But I did not bake the texture, bake the normals of this one onto the lower res version. Yeah, so that's where I messed up, because now I was texturing on two planes basically, on the lower res and on the thingy on the multi-res version. So my computer just couldn't handle that, couldn't handle the texturing. I had to switch to like I had to switch to Workbench just to texture instead of using thingy Eevee. And bro, it just got so annoying. I used the Yusu Paint or Yuku Paint. I don't know how it's pronounced. I think it's Yusu Paint. Yeah, I used the Yusu Paint to texture this. It just lets you paint around on Blender. It's way easier to use that. It's an add-on. You can download it for free. Just go on YouTube or Google and search for Yusu Paint. Yeah, it makes texturing way easier. my computer just kept crashing out. Every 2 seconds, I would draw a line, it would crash out. I would draw a line, it would crash. I would draw a line, it would crash. It just got so annoying to texture this. So yeah, when it came to like drawing the lines, I just gave up. To be honest, I just gave up, and you can actually see where I gave up because the chest lines and the face mask actually look kind of decent. Then when it comes to the arms and the legs, I just completely gave up. Yeah. I just did like some squiggles and stuff because at this point it just kept crashing. Also, I even lost the files, so I can't even go back on it. The Blender just doesn't want to open the files anymore. So yeah. Also, here's another reason I should have just baked the normal map of the multi-res sculpture on top of the lower res, because when I was drawing little tiny details, I just couldn't. It just kept giving these red spots over here where where like the UV map wasn't unwrapped properly. So yeah, I learned a lot doing this project. I wanted to even like add more details to the texture. I wanted to add like those hexagonal patterns on the texture that you can only see under certain lighting. But bro, I just messed up so much and the computer kept crashing so much. I just gave up. You know, I'm going to do that for the next sculpture. So yeah, next time I'm making Batman Beyond. In fact, I'm working on it right now. I'm gonna make a Batman Beyond sculpture, and I'm going to like fix all the mistakes I made doing this one. Also, in that one, I'm going to make it more angular. I'm going to make its shape more angular and stuff like that. So yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.